get you up to speed on the latest in sports. I'm Denise Tan. It was a busy weekend for our athletes competing in the 19th Asian Games. Here's a quick roundup of matches that engaged Pinoy bets. After several days of competing in the Asian Games in Hangzhou, China, the Philippines finally secured its first gold in the quadrennial meet. That's after Filipino Olympic pole vaulter Obiena emerged victorious in the competition this weekend. Obiena set a new Asian record with a 5.90-meter jump on his way to the gold medal. The 27-year-old pole vaulter had previously reset the record to 5.75 meters, but with the gold already secured, Obiena pushed himself even further on his subsequent attempts. Obiena, who is ranked second in the world, was expected to win gold at the Asian Games but admitted pressure going into the tournament.
A bit of relief. Going in, I felt a little bit of pressure, and I think for the first time in my career, I felt like a villain. Stepping in this stadium like a villain, but at the same time, I'm a Filipino. We're here to win. Country needs it.
Over in boxing, Olympian Eumir Marcial has made it to the semifinals after knocking out his Thai opponent Wirapon Jongjoho in the 80-kilogram class. Marcial's strong right hook connected with his opponent's jaw in the second round, securing the victory. Because of this, Marcial is assured of the bronze medal in the Asian Games. His next opponent will be Ahmad Gosun from Syria.
Sinakripisyo ko lahat dito para dito sa Asian Games. Yung laban ko sa profesional, pinospon para lumaban ako dito, and then matatalo ako dito sa quarterfinals. Sabi ko hindi pwede. Akala ko hindi pa hinto eh. Sabi ko sige, kung hindi man hinto, tatapusin ko. Pero nakita ko yung referee, nagsenyas na wala na. Sobrang tuwa ko.
Meanwhile, cyclist Patrick Koo will be bringing home the bronze medal for the BMX event. Koo managed to place despite crashing in his first part of the race. He was joined on the podium by contenders from Thailand and Japan. This marks the third consecutive Asian Games where the country has won a medal in BMX. Over in women's football, the Filipinas ended their historic Asian Games campaign with an 8-1 defeat to powerhouse Japan. The lone goal for the Philippines came in the 67th minute after Serena Bolden nodded in a goal off a corner kick by Sara Egishvik. Despite the huge defeat to end their Asian Games stint, the Filipinas still made it all the way to the quarterfinals in their Asian debut. As for women's basketball, world number 9 Japan showed off their might as they dominated Gilas women in their final game of the preliminary round, 96-59. Despite the loss, the Gilas women still advanced to the quarterfinals, but they will be facing another powerhouse team, Korea, in the quarters later tonight. Following the games this week, the Philippines now has a total of 9 medals. The country has secured 1 gold and 1 silver along with 7 bronzes at this point, placing them 19th in the tally. Host country China continues to lead with 244 medals, including 133 golds. They are followed by South Korea, Japan, India, and Uzbekistan. All eyes are on Gilas Pilipinas as they take on Qatar at 4 p.m. The winner of that match books a quarterfinal ticket. Fresh from a 25-point loss to Jordan that denied them of an outright berth in the last 8, Gilas will look to vent their ire on Qatar to remain on track for a first Asian Games medal in 25 years. Qatar finished third in Group D after double-digit losses to Japan and South Korea, with its only win coming against Indonesia. A win over the Qataris should restore Gilas' confidence ahead of a potential quarterfinal clash with the Asian powerhouse Iran. Filipino gymnast Caloy Yulo has secured a ticket to the Paris Olympics. That's after an impressive comeback in the 2023 Artistic Gymnastics World Championships in Antwerp, Belgium. Faltering on day 1 of the event following a disastrous performance in the vault, Yulo came out as the highest-ranked eligible athlete in the floor exercise, which is his pet event. The 23-year-old finished third in the men's floor exercise with 14.6 points after Artem Dolgopiat of Israel and Frederick Richard of the U.S. But since Dolgopiat and Richard were already qualified to the Olympics prior to the Worlds, Yulo came in as the next eligible participant. Yulo now joins Obiena among Filipinos who have already secured berths in the 2024 Paris Olympics. This is Caloy's second shot at the Olympics. We're taking a timeout. The game on One News Now will return after a quick break. Stay tuned. You're still watching the game on One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. Thanks for joining us. The highly anticipated UAP Season 86 has finally kicked off over the weekend as the 8 competing universities begin their hunt for the crown. Kicking off the season was the match between hosts UE Red Warriors and the UST Growling Tigers. The Red Warriors would hold off the Growling Tigers for an 80-70 victory to start their season on a good note. The NU Bulldogs, meanwhile, unleashed a fourth-quarter surge to stun the defending champs Ateneo Blue Eagles 77-64. After taking control in the fourth, NU never looked back as they handed Ateneo its first opening day defeat in 5 years. Come Sunday, the DLSU Green Archers kicked off its Season 86 campaign in dominant fashion, drubbing the FEU Tamaraws 87-76. Evan Nelly and Kevin Cambiao set the tone for the Green Archers, making the crucial plays down the stretch to deny the late run by the Tamaraws. Lastly, the UP Fighting Maroons stamped their class to begin their title hunt with a 68-51 blowout over the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Reigning MVP Malik Diouf led the way for the Maroons with 20 points and 17 rebounds, while CJ Cancino added 19 markers in his return to the court. Over in the NBA, All-Star guard Jrue Holiday is now headed to the Boston Celtics in a trade with Portland Trail Blazers. In the deal, the Celtics traded away center Robert Williams and guard Malcolm Brogdon, as well as 2 first-round draft picks for Holiday. The 33-year-old Holiday was an All-Star last year after averaging 19.3 points and 7.4 assists. The trade comes just after Holiday was dealt to the Blazers in a blockbuster deal that sent All-Star guard Damian Lillard to the Bucks. Those 2 trade positions, Boston and Milwaukee, as the clear favorites for the top seed in the Eastern Conference. Get your fill of the latest in sports at onesports.ph. Meantime, the Newsday continues later at 4:30 p.m. I'll see you then. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.